All right, let me save you months of wasted time. I'm about to give you the exact roadmap to become an ethical hacker in 2026. No fluff. No vattekeping. No, just Google it nonsense. This is the real deal from A to Z. Whether you're starting from absolute zero or you've been dabbling for a while, this roadmap is going to change everything for you. So buckle up and let's get into it. But first, let's make sure we're on the same page. What even is ethical hacking? Look, there are two types of hackers out there. On one side, you've got black hats. These are the bad guys. They break into systems illegally, steal your data, deploy ransomware, and cause absolute chaos. On the other side, white hats, ethical hackers. And here's the crazy part. They do the exact same thing. Same techniques, same tools, same mindset. But they do it with permission. Companies literally pay you to break into their systems and find holes before the criminals do. That's the gig. And honestly, it's one of the coolest careers on the planet. Okay, here's the full picture. 8 phases. That's it. 8 phases to go from knowing absolutely nothing to being a job-ready, certified ethical hacker. Networking, Linux, programming, security fundamentals, web app hacking, pen testing tools, certifications, and practice. Each one builds on the last. Skip a phase, and you'll hit a wall later. So don't skip ahead. Trust the process. Let me break down each one for you. Phase 1. Networking. And I cannot stress this enough. This is your foundation. If you don't understand networking, nothing else will make sense. You need to know the OSI model. All 7 layers, and what each one does. IP addressing, subnetting. Yeah, the math-wise stuff. You gotta learn it. DNS, DHCP, how data actually moves across the internet. TCP versus UDP. Know the difference because it matters when you're hacking. Understand how firewalls work and how traffic gets filtered. And get hands-on with Wireshark. Like, actually capture packets and read them. For free resources, Professor Messer and Network Chuck on YouTube. Both are incredible, and they won't cost you a dime. Seriously, do not skip this phase. Everything, and I mean everything, in hacking depends on networking. Phase 2. Linux. If you want to be a hacker, you need to get comfortable in the terminal. Like really comfortable. Learn the essential commands. ls, cd, grep, chmod, netstat. These need to become second nature to you. Then level up to bash scripting. Automate everything you possibly can. Understand file permissions. Who can read what? Who can execute what? Process management, service configuration. All of it. Now here's the fun part. Install Kali Linux or Parrot OS in a virtual machine. These distros are purpose-built for hacking. They come loaded with hundreds of tools right out of the box. Pro tip, use VirtualBox or VMware. Don't install Kali as your main OS. Trust me on that one. Phase 3. Programming. Now before you panic, you do not need to become a full-time software developer, but you do need to code well enough to be dangerous. Python is your #1 priority. Period. It's the language of hacking. You'll use it to automate recon, build custom tools, scrape websites, and write socket programs. Bash scripting is your second priority. It's essential for Linux automation, and knowing some JavaScript will help big time with web application attacks. Oh, and here's a 2026 cheat code. Use GitHub Copilot. Use AI assistants to help you write and learn code faster. It's not cheating. It's being smart. Remember, you don't need to be a software engineer. You need to be dangerous enough to automate your attacks. Phase 4. Security fundamentals. I know. You want to start hacking stuff already. But trust me, if you skip this, you'll just be a script kiddie. And nobody respects a script kiddie. Learn the CIA triad. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This is the backbone of all cybersecurity. Understand encryption, how authentication works, access control models. Know the difference between a vulnerability and an exploit. Big one, study the OWASP Top 10. These are the 10 most critical web security risks, and every single pen tester needs to know them cold. Security policies, compliance frameworks. Yeah, the boring stuff matters too. This theoretical foundation, it's what separates the amateurs from the professionals. Phase 5. Web application hacking. Okay, this is where things get really exciting. This is where you actually start breaking stuff. Learn the major attack vectors: SQL injection, cross-site scripting, CTSRF, IDOR, authentication bypass, file upload vulnerabilities. Each one of these can completely compromise a web application. Your go-to tool? Burp Suite. It's the industry standard. Every professional pentester uses it. Learn inside and out. If you want a free alternative, OWASP's app is solid. Now for practice, and this is important, go to Portswigger Web Security Academy. It's completely free, and it is hands down the best web hacking training on the entire internet. DVWA and Hack the Box are also great for getting your hands dirty. Phase 6. Building your pentesting toolkit. Time to load up your arsenal. For recon, you need MAP. It's the king of network scanning. A mask for finding subdomains. And Shodan? Shodan is like Google, but for exposed devices and servers. It's wild. For exploitation, Metasploit is your best friend. SQL Map automates SQL injection attacks. Password cracking, Hashcat and John the Ripper for offline attacks, and Hydra for brute forcing online logins. For wireless hacking, Air cracking is the go-to. And for post-exploitation, LinPs for finding privilege escalation paths on Linux, and Mimikatz for grabbing credentials on Windows. But here's the thing that most beginners get wrong. Don't just memorize commands. Understand what these tools are doing under the hood. That's what makes you a real hacker. Phase 7. Certifications. Now look, certs aren't everything, but they do open doors. And in this industry, they prove you actually know your stuff. Start with CompTIA Security Plus. It's beginner-friendly, it's widely recognized, and it'll get your foot in the door. Next, CEH, the Certified Ethical Hacker. It's a solid intermediate cert. But honestly, for practical skills, I'd recommend the EJPT or the PMPT. They're affordable, and they're focused on real-world pen testing, not just multiple-choice questions. And then, there's the OSCP, the Offensive Security Certified Professional. This one is brutal. 24 hours of hands-on hacking. No multiple choice. Pure practical exam. But if you pass it, you will stand out from every other candidate in the room. If you can pass the OSCP, you will get hired. Full stop. Phase 8. Practice and build your portfolio. This is where everything comes together. Start solving CTF challenges. Hack the Box, TryHackMe, Pico CTF. These platforms simulate real-world hacking scenarios, and they're the best way to sharpen your skills. Then, start bug bounty hunting. HackerOne, BugCrowd, Integrity. These platforms pay you real money to find vulnerabilities in real companies. I'm talking hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars per bug. Create a GitHub portfolio. Put your tools, your scripts, your projects up there. Start a blog. Document your journey. Write up your CTF solutions. Employers and clients love seeing this stuff. And remember, consistency beats perfection. 2 hours a day, 12 months. That's all it takes to go from complete beginner to a capable, hireable, ethical hacker. Now here's what makes 2026 completely different from any year before it. i.e., AI is your unfair advantage. And if you're not using it, you're falling behind. Think about it. You can use ChatGPT or Claude to analyze map scan results and parse OSINT data in literal seconds. You can have AI generate smart, fuzzing payloads, tailored SQL injection strings, XSS vectors, SSRF bypasses. Feed source code into an LLM, and it'll spot vulnerabilities that would take you hours to find manually. Need a professional pentest report? AI can draft one from your raw findings. Want to build a custom scanner or exploit script? Just describe what you need, and AI writes the Python for you. GitHub Copilot, Burp Suite AI, Pentest GPT. These tools are absolute game changers. But, and this is important, AI assists you. It does not replace understanding. Never blindly trust AI output. Always verify. Always understand what you're doing. Use AI as a force multiplier, not a crutch. And that's it. That's the complete roadmap. Networking, Linux, programming, security fundamentals, web hacking, pen testing tools, certifications, practice, and AI to supercharge every single phase. Look, the hardest part isn't learning this stuff. The hardest part is starting. So start today, not tomorrow, not next Monday. Today, open a terminal, spin up a VM, and take the first step. If this video helped you, smash that subscribe button for Swag Cyber. I'll see you in the next one. Stay dangerous.